What's up, y'all? This is
Something else I can do to earn room.
So much laundry to do.
so much laundry.
Let me lend a hand.
Anyways, I
Or a
just
room.
wanted to make this quick video. I'm sitting here passing out on my beanbag. Just letting everybody who's kind of following my videos on Knights Chronicle that unfortunately I'm probably not gonna have time to play that game. I wasn't really having as much fun as I used to, and the content kind of dried up.
I could be fighting
But
right now.
you know, a bunch of my guildmates and kind of a bunch of other people kind of hopped onto this game. It's called Dragalia Lost, and just wanted to kind of make a quick video and kind of give my first impressions of the game. What I am going to be doing with this one is going a lot less pay to win. You probably noticed that I kind of wailed a bit in Knights Chronicle, and I don't think I'm going to kind of stay on the forefront of everything. I'm going to try to keep up and you know, do all my dailies and stuff, and keep the kind of spending to a splash here, splash there for, you know, the most kind of the most worthwhile, valuable like packages that they offer. You know, those kind of cheap beginner ones. The only thing I'm really tempted right now to do is get that 5-star welcome pack. Let's see where it is. It's up here.
I have a weakness for the adorable.
Jumpstart Endeavors. There we go, the welcome pack. And yeah, for $24.99 you can get a guaranteed 5-star. The pulls in this game, at least if you know pre-registered and have played through some of these like beginner events, the pulls come fairly quickly. I think I've pulled 3 times already, and I'm only like maybe level 6. Yeah, level 6. So, but I haven't gotten any 5 stars, and a bunch of the people I play with are all, you know, sitting on their 5 stars with 5-star dragons, and it's just tough to look at. But I did buy. I think I spent a total of like $6 so far. I think I bought that 99-cent one and the like the $6.99 one that they offered in these starter packs. And actually, I'm pretty happy right now with my progression. 7-day pack double bonus. Couldn't even tell you what that is. A lot of the stuff I don't even have unlocked. I think I just recently unlocked all of my upgrade abilities and built my smithy. But anyway, as a first impression, the game is pretty good. It's deep. At least the progression for each character is. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. For example, this is my kind of main guy that I'm focusing this archer because he's a little bit easier to use than some of the melee guys. And he's light, so I'm never really gonna be. Oh, you want a what?
Yummy.
Okay, go ask mommy. Okay. So, sorry guys, that was my 3-year-old coming in. So you see these heroes, you can actually level like themselves, their own stats. However, at the same time, you can also level, like for example, the weapon that he's using. And, you know, weapons have to be upgraded, ascended, and crafted, and all this other stuff. And then on top of that, you got to level, you know, the dragons that each person can equip its own dragon and give bonuses depending on, you know, whatever you're trying to do. And sorry, let's see. You also have these worm print cards that they equip and give like certain stats and things, and those also need to be. Let me see if I can get a view of this one. Like, for example, King's Countenance. It gives curse resistance and shapeshift prep, which gives you a little bit of dragon gauge at the start of each fight. And so these things need to be upgraded and stuff. So there's a lot going on with each character, and of course, every time you upgrade anything, you get you know, more might. And so what you're seeing there is your kind of like power score for that specific hero. I don't really have that many heroes right now, but I I am kind of focusing on this light archer guy. He's kind of a pansy in the game. It's I don't really like his character, but his skills are pretty cool. His charge skill takes off shields pretty easily from range, so he's a little bit easier to use. And that kind of segues into my one beef about the game is the controls. So it's an action RPG type thing, like, and it's got swipe controls, but it doesn't have a little control stick. You just kind of can swipe anywhere on the screen, and I want to say in the best times it's a little bit glitchy. In the worst times, you've got the auto on, and the monster puts up a shield, and the only way to get rid of a shield is if you do a charge attack. And if you have the auto on and you're just trying to like kind of maneuver him, you have to turn the auto off, and then you can't be stuck in any sort of combat animation. You have to like charge the charge attack, and a lot of times the charge attack just goes in just all sorts of wonky directions. If you're melee, the swipe direction gets inverted for some reason. Like you swipe up to go, like, you point up to go up. But when you do a charge attack, you have to point your charge attack down in order for him to do his charge attack in the up direction. So it's a little wonky. I'm sure a lot of it's just me just having to get used to it. I don't think I'm going to play the game on emulator. Because I think the dodge mechanic with the mouse might be kind of off, but also I think Nintendo's come out and said something about banning people on emulators. I don't think it's for any sort of cheating reason. I believe that, and this is kind of my personal idea as to what's going on, there's a delayed launch in Europe, and I think they're trying to avoid people using emulators to get by the IP block, because I think they don't want any sort of like litigation troubles with all of the loot box rules that are kind of being perpetuated in the EU right now. So they just might be trying to limit their own liability. I think the EU guys will be able to play here soon, but they might have I don't know, maybe some more disclaimers, maybe a modified terms of use or a EULA or something like that. But one cool feature that I do like is when you go on these quests.
Sorry, but I only accept jobs from.
You can where is this? You can use that optimize button. Where is it? Right here. And you can optimize for any sort of affinity. So if you're like going into a water level and you want to optimize for wind, it'll pull out your strongest wind team. There are some drawbacks to this, in as much that you might have a light character that's really good. Like, for example, my light archer, he's usually my leader. This will favor wind characters, regardless of their level, over a non-elemental advantage character. So it'll take out my light archer, and it'll put in some random like scrub fodder 3-star wind adventurer, which is kind of annoying, but I think once I kind of figure out what I'm going to be playing with, I'll probably try to limit the amount of fodder I just have lying around in my inventory anyway. I don't need all those guys clogging up just to make the optimized feature work a little bit better. All right, let's. As for the story, it's remarkably good. The game's pretty high polish. It's Nintendo, so you kind of expect that. But yeah, as you can see him walking around his town right here, there's a lot of detail. Everybody's voice acted. The dialogue and the quest dialogue is actually really good. I think I had one situation where dude gets like kicked in the nuts, and they start talking about how he pissed himself, and I mean there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek stuff, but it's also very well translated, and the story's good. The characters are well developed, so I like that. And see, this co-op feature is kind of something that they're really focusing on in this game. I haven't really been able to do more than just one co-op. It seemed to be a little bit of a cluster at first. Rooms were filling up, you get, let's see, I'll show you guys. You get this find a room, and it searches, and it brings up a bunch of rooms that have been created. And you can just join, you can try to join one. And so I wanted to do this Avenue of Power right here. But I wanted to do the hard one. That was a 3,000 level requirement because my team wasn't good enough to do it solo. And then as you can see, it's just already full. And then you search, and you're constantly getting like shuffled in and out of stuff. They might have to implement maybe some quality of life improvements when it comes to this interface. I think this is going to be really important because they do limit the amount of entries you have. You can see up here these gathering wings. These are the amounts of times you can create rooms in multiplayer. And so, or you can join random rooms in multiplayer. So they really limit your ability to farm probably the high-end mats because I have a feeling that the high-end content in this game is going to be almost exclusively multiplayer. You're going to need 4 people actually dodging things as opposed to your one party of 4 where the guy you control dodges, but the other 3 NPC guys just based in every single attack that the monster throws out because they're essentially AI controlled while you're controlling your main guy. Let's see. See if we can do a quick quest here. I don't really think I'm optimized for where I'm at. I also don't want to spoil too much, but let's see. Chapter 3 is where I'm at. Now I don't want to spoil story. So, all right, let me show you essentially the. Sorry for any spoilers here, guys. I'm going to show you the end of chapter 2. No story, I think. It's just a battleground. And so right here, you get to pick helpers, just random people. So, if there are whales in this game, then they're really only helping you. There's no PvP or rank boards or anything like that. So, let's see, this is the water level. I'm going to pick this level 33 5-star archer dude. He looks pretty cool. And then here's my team. So I got pretty lucky on my pulls. I got 2 4-star dragons, and then this green dragon is the one you get, right at the beginning. And then the blue dragon that you see here on my one blue guy, my one water guy, he's the dragon you get at the end of chapter 2. But as you can see, by far and away, my leader is, almost 30%, 40% of my team power. So let's do this begin quest, and I'll show you guys what I mean about the controls. And by no means is it, a walk away factor. The game is good enough that I feel it deserves a good shake, despite any sort of buggy controls you might have now. And honestly, like I said before, it might be just getting used to it type thing. So you can kind of drag, and it turns your whole party, and this guy will shoot the direction that you're facing once you stop moving. So if I want to notice how I'm shooting behind him, but he's still shooting in front. That's kind of annoying. But let's see if I can. There's a focus attack, and it went right on top of him. I don't really know why it does that. Let's see. The way I like to move, and then here's the dodge mechanic. You just swipe in a direction. But if you're shooting, you can still break animation. That's not too bad. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah, you can even animation cancel your charged attack. That's pretty good. I guess the one beef is this. Notice how it's changing. I'm not lifting my finger up right now. And right there, it changed the root spot. For example, I'm standing here. I'm going to touch the bottom right corner of my screen. And I'm going to try to do an imaginary joystick right there. And I'm going to start dragging it around. I'm not going to lift my finger, but notice how it changes the the orientation spot, like the root spot from where it thinks my finger started, is changing every time. They need to fix that because it ends up, you know, popping you into walls and pointing in the wrong direction. It looks like I got aggro, so let's just turn on the auto battle, and it'll just automatically start to go through it. One bad thing about auto battle, and you've probably already seen it in other videos, is it doesn't get chests, doesn't get barrels, it just goes straight to the end of the boss. So what I like to do is turn on the auto battle, and if it takes me one direction, I go the other direction manually. So I'll turn it on, and you can see I can still control him, and I'll just take him over to this little cul-de-sac. Get that. Those things give you dragon skills. Barrels usually give you cash or heals, like that's a heal for your party. I don't know why you just did that, but all right, let's move along here. And it's important for your archer, because he's my main guy, to just always be in range. He's going to start to shoot right when he gets in range of the first dude, but you're going to want to keep him in range of even the back guys. So a lot of times what I'll do is, oh, we got some aggro over there. So yeah, you see the movement is definitely a hindrance sometimes. Ooh, there's a menacing mob, but it looks like my whole party's back there fighting something. Alright, let's get in close to that, and let's, whoa, not dodge. See, yeah, my party doesn't want to dodge, it just wants to baste and everything that that guy does. That's just, you know, that's the way it is. Let's see, let's heal up. Treasure chest. And so, yeah, so what eventually happens is your finger ends up all over the screen because, you know, your point of orientation, your root point for your joystick constantly keeps shuffling around. And so you can't see things on the screen because, you know, your finger, whereas you wanted to keep it just in the bottom right, is now, you know, smack dab in the middle of your screen. So, like I said, the game just released. This is something that they're probably going to work on and fine-tune and improve as the game goes along. Let's see, what's in here? Alright, just barrels, some chest. Oh yeah, weapon. Okay, my party's pretty healed. So I'll just turn on auto battle, get myself over to the boss area, and show you guys. Alright, let's talk about some mechanics here. So on your bottom right here, you have your friend skill, your helper skill. It's basically the guy you chose at the beginning as a helper. He has his usable skill just like I do right here. But the little yellow dot is how many times you can use it in this level. If he's your friend, then you get to use it 3 times. If he's just a random, then you get to use it 1 time. This is my skill down here, and this is my dragon form. You can see it's ready, so I can transform into a dragon whenever I need. And you can swap out. You can swap out by either touching the appropriate character here, or just rotating through them at the bottom right, at the bottom left. I found that they do use skills. Your party does use their skills sometimes. I don't really know what the cooldown is or what dictates when they use it, but you do hear them and you do see them spinning around every once in a while. So let's go check out this boss. And I mean, this is a pretty legit fight for me. I think it's power rated like 22. Whoa, okay, I wanted to turn on. Alright, let's start dishing out some food.
We'll do this together.
Give him a little bit of that.
Radiant bonds.
And so now he's in overdrive. Sorry, so overdrive is a mechanic that basically he enrages. And there you go. Once he's overdrive, he does a lot more damage. And then if you break his overdrive, he incapacitates himself for a little while, and that's when you can really unleash. So there's definitely some depth to the fights. It's fairly fun, even when the controls are kind of working against you sometimes. But yeah, like I said, it's overall first impressions of this game is It's really well done. It's polished. It's not overly pay to win at all. The packages are, you know, not insanely priced. I think Nintendo's trying to keep a little bit of a tight rein or a tight leash on this stuff, especially early on, maybe to prevent power creep and things like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool looking game, and I didn't expect any less from Nintendo, which is kind of why I wanted to give this game a shake, because I do expect that it's going to be fairly well supported as their first independent mobile IP. So anyway, guys, just wanted to kind of hop on, make a quick video. I know it's not that quick. Just to let you know that Knights Chronicles will probably cease being covered for a good amount of time. I really only have time to focus on one game at a time. So anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. And if you are interested in Dragalia, just hop on. It's up on iOS and Android. And yeah, hope to see you guys in game or here on the channel. All right, peace.